this is a free country. We cannot obviously allow them to do that. Umeona maofisa. You see, I've seen their abduction squad. Umeona leo.
Wamevua barakoa.
The abduction squad. They actually came. So this is okay. We will make sure Waitutu is out of here and is a free person. We have lawyers there with him, and we have advised that he says nothing. He says nothing so that we can have Waitutu out. Lakini kwa nyinyi mlikubali kutolewa. Afadhali sisi tunangangana.
Wangetu abduct.
No, you see,
we
have come with young men. Now they are the ones with the young people ambao wamevaa barakoa. So if it was a question of Sagari, you can actually see from which side it was coming from.
What is the name of the DCI? Director Amin. Obviously they amepeana instructions na yeye obviously amepatiwa instructions by either Kanja or Kindiki, and all of those instructed by William Ruto, whether he's in the country or not, because the president is always in communication. Waambieni ground ni mbaya. It cannot take it. Nothing, no reason.
Yeah, America barakoa, they say that.
But what actually is amazing, they came out and you now saw for yourselves, and you have all those pictures. I thought pengine kuna mtu akona homa anajifunika. So that is now the standing operating group of abductors. We will not allow them.
It's part of the uniform.
We will not allow them. You can take that one to the bank. Even if it means all of us Kenya hii tutoke tuseme kila mtu mwenye barakoa na hakuna COVID aitoe, so that we know who they are.
Wanavaa barakoa, and the only time they remove barakoa, they lie to us. So you're either wearing a barakoa, that is William. When he is not wearing it, he is telling lies to Kenya. It's an amazing.
So have you established contact with Waitutu when inside?
No, we are in touch with Ndegwa and the chaser. So I spoke to Ndegwa and I was on the way. So
We have our colleagues, lawyers who are in there. But senior counsel, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo is supposed to lead the team. In a situation where there are lawyers who are junior, when the senior arrives, he takes over. And that is why senior counsel Kalonzo was here today. And it's very shameful that an institution like this one can actually behave in a primitive manner as they have behaved this morning. And they're not just dealing with lawyers, they are dealing with the 10th Vice President of the Republic, who is also a senior counsel. They are dealing with Wamalwa, a former Minister for Justice, and we are being treated like hooligans at the gate. This office is a public institution. It should be open to the public, and especially for lawyers who have a brief to represent their client. You cannot be denied access to your own client. So we are telling the DCI and his team, they will answer for this. We are definitely not going to leave it here, but also we are not going to be intimidated, because the intention is to harass and intimidate the opposition, particularly on the issue of abductions, which we addressed yesterday in Kitengela. We will not stop addressing and calling out the matter of justice for all the victims who have been abducted by DCI and other rogue masked officers. And today we've seen the Subarus, we've seen the officers in masks.
actually it's so good I saw them.
Yes.
Let me say, I watched a very interesting program this morning on Spice FM by presenters Eric and Abdu. And the subject was, Kenyans are so desensitized that they can live with any situation. They have been abducted, they have been killed, some children die in school, and then as long as it is not affecting you, you feel it's okay. Now, that message was very strong. I wish they can replay that. And people were calling from all over, from Nandi, from Kericho, from Mombasa. We must change the way this country is governed, and we thank the Gen Z generation. Sasa ni generation zote. Either tujiokoe kama Wakenya ama tutatawaliwa kwa kimabavu vile ambavyo mmeona hapa. Nyinyi wenyewe mmeshuhudia kitu cha ajabu. Tell the country what you have seen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And go with our brother Jeremiah to celebrate the Jubilee's victory. Why it's taking so long to allow us?
Yes, we are. Sorry? We thought you were leaving.
So shall we walk
Why
in?
are you wearing barakoa?
Shall we walk in? Officer.
These are the abductors. They have gone to court, obtained orders to forgive, right? But we have come to say no. This abduction must stop. And we want to thank the media because yesterday you even went onto your own media records and you're even showing the unfortunate Subaru fleet. I think I watched one of those media houses because we are basically saying those squads, and we even think we know who are the squad leaders. Men who have been given instructions to abduct, to kill, to go against the rule of law. Well, we know that this administration had, during campaign time, they said there will never in this country be any abductions. In fact, look at the irony of this thing. When the William Ruto went to Haiti, apart from doing a good thing, praying with the soldiers or policemen there, he actually said they are dealing with the abduction squads. So he's doing that in Haiti, and back at home, people are getting abducted. We still demand that those young Kenyans, by Kindiki's own admission, who are still missing, their parents and Kenyans are demanding that they must be produced, dead or alive. And we pray that they will be alive like Bob Jagi and the two Lockton brothers. So yesterday after Kitengela, we drove to Ruiru because there was an artist there who was launching a wonderful composition. And we are told that Mheshimiwa Waitutu said things there which did not please some people. We want to tell those people, whoever they are, shame on you. This is not the way to operate in a democracy. If you get offended by remarks that I make, there are other avenues within the law. You can sue me for defamation. You can even in the case of writing, I'm actually in court myself with Duale because he wrote some defamatory stuff. I didn't go and incite the police to arrest Duale. So we want to make it very clear. This harassment of the alternative government, because we insist we are actually not even opposition, because people can get socialized the fact that this is an opposition team. We are not. We are getting ready to form the next government. I like my brother's mention of the word serikali bandama. Hey, that's what we are. So stop harassing leaders. It doesn't help. Now they are making Baba Yao a superhero, which he already is. I admire his energy. If it is Waitutu's energy that is bedeviling them or baffling them, they are yet to see. They haven't seen nothing yet. So Waitutu must be let off. We're actually going in here after we talk to you. Wakili Ndegwa and one or two other colleagues are inside there. I think Mr. Chesa, they're already there. And we want to go and talk to the DCI himself. Tumuulize, what is this? You cannot afford to take this country backwards. It will not happen. Kenyans will not accept. Kenyans have been demoralized for far too long. Since the Gen Z revolution, these people cannot sleep. they are doing witch hunting, and we will not allow them. So we are here to make sure that Waitutu gets out and gets proper legal counsel, and we are telling them to stop it. Even if there are old cases or no old cases, everything must be done in accordance with the rule of law. Maybe my colleagues can add.
Maybe Waitutu said this is the right place to bring about maybe the national cohesion.
Of course, that's why we are saying this is intimidation, because Wakenya wakisikia mtu amepelekwa kwa makao makuu ya DCI, ni kama kuwafanya wawe na hofu. We are going to demystify this itself. This DCI thing is not above the law. The director himself is not above the law. We are dealing with senior legal minds in this country, and therefore you cannot intimidate us. It's not possible. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I've come here to join my colleagues, senior counsel, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who is one of the top lawyers in this country. My colleague, Kioni, who is also a very senior lawyer. My colleague, Senator Manzo, Senator makwiny County, is also a senior lawyer here. Inside DCI, we have a team of lawyers who are already with our colleague, Governor Waitutu. And what they are telling us is that their remarks Waitutu made last evening in Ruiru. And it is as a result of that he's being held here. We want to tell this government that freedom of expression is part of our rights and freedoms that cannot be undermined or be limited by this government. Freedom of worship equally is a right that every Kenyan is entitled to, and freedom of movement. Yesterday we started in Kitengela, as His Excellency has said, and the police harassed us. We had lorryfuls of GSU officers who tried to block us entering Kajiado County to go and pray. We were going to pray with the families of Bob Jagi and the Kitengela tree. The families were waiting for us, and the police went and blocked us from the church where we were going. So we had to find an alternative church, because the scriptures say where 2 or 3 are gathered, there God is. So you cannot limit God's presence. So we went and prayed with those families. But when we went to celebrate with the artist in Ruiru, we are being told remarks were made. I can tell you that Baba Yao spoke in Kikuyu. I understand a bit of Kikuyu. But like any language, I can tell you in my language, we have a saying in Luya that a dog does not eat it's only the dog that eats its spittle. That is Kiluya. Ni msemaji wa Kiluya ambayo you can use figuratively. It doesn't mean that means whoever has used that saying is calling you a dog. No. It could be something to refer to what you have said. For example, when you say that there will be no extrajudicial killings in Kenya when you become president, no one will be abducted and killed. And right now we have over 100 Kenyans, young Kenyans, who have been abducted. There are those who were actually released, like Bob Jagi. But there are those, like Denzel Omondi, who are found in a quarry. Little kids, killed by the police, their bodies dumped. So extrajudicial killings are going on in this regime that promised never again will we have abductions and extrajudicial killings. We've also heard them saying they will never use the criminal justice system as a weapon politically. What we are seeing today, of course, the fight in Kenya Kwanza, we've heard the deputy president himself saying his colleague who promised never to weaponize the criminal justice system has actually weaponized it. And that is why he has these cases and the impeachment coming. So that is theirs. But for us, we want to say that those constitutional rights and freedoms enshrined in our constitution, guaranteed to every Kenyan, including Baba Yao, cannot be infringed upon. So we are here as lawyers. We've not come here to do politics. We are coming here to stand with our brother and our client to ensure that those rights are respected. My colleague.
Hivyo. So sawa everyone.
Very good afternoon.
Are we set?
Oh, we are ready.
Take it. Acha ashike.
Very good afternoon. We'll have to bear with the traffic, which is obviously Kiambu Road. We have come today to try and understand why the police have abducted Baba Yao. Only yesterday, we went very vocal in Chekela that these police abductions are to stop. And any unexplained arrest like that or grabbing
Kama ni matusi, kuna mtu ametukana watu Kenya hii kuliko William Ruto. Yeye mwenyewe aliita Raila mganga, akamuita mchawi. Kwa hivyo kama ni matusi imeleta Waititu hapa, then Ruto should also prepare to come here once he is through with his tenure of office. La pili ni kusema ya kwamba intimidation will not work. The era of intimidation is over, and we are not going to be intimidated. We have our leader here who is guiding us in the things we do, and we will continue doing them. We will continue speaking on behalf of Kenyans. Na pia ni vizuri kusema ya kwamba wewe huwezi sisi kwenda kwa kanisa. Ile tutaamua kwenda next Sunday, tutaenda. Unless you become the deacon ama kitu kama hiyo kwa kanisa. Lakini ni vizuri tuachane na maneno ya intimidation. I want to say it again, YKK, and I say this is another kipindi. KK is doing a diversionary thing. They have their own things going on tomorrow. They do not want us to focus on what we said yesterday, which becomes our learning. Na kwamba kufa makanga, kufa dereva. And that is the way we are. If they deal with Gachagua, then the next one is William himself, because that is what we believe in. And we will not be diverted from that position. We are concerned with the issues that relate to Kenyans, and they have been mentioned before. I don't need to go over them again. The issues of killing young people without any reason are not issues we will ever keep quiet about. It does not matter the level of intimidation.
Any questions?
Maybe to SG, you know you are the SG of PBA, but so when you say Kufa dereva Kufa makanga, does that mean all of you agree on this concept as PBA in this?
Tunasema ya kwamba kufa dereva kuwa makanga, when we say Ruto must go, it is Ruto must go. And it is no longer an issue of the party. Wakenya wenyewe walisema Ruto must go. So kuileta kwa chama ni kama unataka tutoroke. On the 25th of June this year, Wakenya walisema kufa dereva kufa makanga. And who are we to divert to move away from that? Kwa hivyo tafadhali kubali kama ulikuwa na